As most of us know by now, college football is going to be a yearly release, meaning they release a new college football video game every single year, and hopefully every single year the game is better than the game that came out the previous year. There's some debate whether CFB 26 is better than CFB 25, whatever, we're not getting into that today. But hopefully the video game series keeps getting better. And USA Today released an article recently talking to EA Sports Vice President Daryl Holt, and he talked about a few things about the future of this video game series. Most of it's super vague, and I'm not really going to touch on it because it's, like I said, it's super vague. It's kind of pointless. They're just saying like, hey, we're going to do big things. Like, okay, what does that actually mean? But there was one specific thing that was mentioned in this article that I want to touch on because it's a big one. The article written by Jordan Mendoza has this section in it that says this. So Holt said about every 10 years, a paradigm shift happens in sports video games where there are substantial upgrades in how they operate. That shift is approaching soon, and he believes it's going to result in some big changes. He noted among the enhancements could be more accurate player likeness and improvements in stadium building, which could one day lead to allowing players to make their own stadiums. It was once a past feature in the NCAA football series, and in the Team Builder School Creator, there are only generic stadium players can use. So that's actually massive news because that's one thing I've been pushing for, and I'm sure that they have seen other people talking about it, myself included, on social media asking for a stadium creator, a stadium builder, or just stadium upgrades in general. And he also mentioned that player likeness could get better, which that makes sense because I think over time, as technology gets better, they're going to have better ways of getting the likeness of the thousands of college football players. Obviously, right now, they just send in pictures of themselves and they recreate them, which is probably what they'll still do. But as AI and technology advances, they'll probably actually be able to, create very, very close replicas of what they actually look like in the video game, which is cool. But I definitely care more about the stadium creator. So let's talk more about that. Now, we have seen stadium creators in previous NCAA football games, as Jordan Mendoza said, in FIFA games, in Madden games, and the current MLB The Show series has an amazing stadium builder. Also, the MVP baseball series, one of my favorite video games of all time, had a stadium creator as well. And I'm going to show you some of those pictures. And it's like, why do we not have that in college football? We need that in college football. Now, the one thing that does annoy me from this quote is that they're acting like, oh, once we hit that, that 10-year mark, not 10 years from now, but like we're coming up on the 10-year mark or whatever with the paradigm shift. Oh, once that technology hits that point, then we can do a stadium creator. And it's like, no, we could do it right now because you did it 20 years ago with NCAA football 06. Although it wasn't, super robust and it could be way better now, you still had something back then that we don't even have now. And then if you look at MLB The Show, like I said, they have an awesome stadium builder. And it's like, that's, you don't need to wait 3 years to hit that paradigm shift to add that. You could do it now, especially with Team Builder. Like, you have a whole website dedicated to this. Why not just implement it into that? But it would be so cool to see that in college football because, stadiums change. Like, you upgrade your stadium, especially like if you're using, UTSA, and you win 5 straight national championships, their stadium's obviously going to, change, get more seating, get more upgrades. Same thing with MTSU. All these smaller teams, obviously they would get a lot more seating if they keep winning national championships. Or if you create a fictitious school on Team Builder, then again, it would be amazing to be able to build your own stadium. And as I've said, we've seen this in the past. So check this out. This is from FIFA Manager 12, which is like an old FIFA manager game where you would just manage everything you didn't actually play that EA made several years ago. Look at this stadium creator from FIFA Manager 12. I mean, this game came out like 13, 14 years ago, and you can see he's choosing different parts of the soccer field, and he's upgrading the seats. So he's adding more seating capacity to this stadium. Like, that is so cool in my opinion, and it would be such a good thing to have in college football. And again, that was over a decade ago, and EA was doing it. So why can't we do it now? Here's another example. This is from NCAA Football 06. So literally almost 2 decades ago. This is Create a Team, which is basically now what Team Builder is. But you can see the stadium information here. And even though this isn't like that in depth, this is pretty basic. This is more than we can do in Team Builder for College Football 26. You can see the stadium name, stadium type, which allows you to change the capacity and where the seating is, the orientation, the scoreboard, the press box. I mean, all of like that is literally more than we can do in College Football 26. So you can see now the stadium type is horseshoe, which upgraded the capacity to 68,000 and completely changed the layout of the field. So definitely not a true stadium creator, but that came out 20 years ago. So why do we not have at least that today? I'm gonna keep them coming. This is from Madden 12, and look at the customization we have here. You can change the sideline with the seating. It goes into you can cut into the seating. You can make it jut out. You have the dugout option. So you can change the lighting. And this is just a quick little snippet. Like, there was so much you could do here. I want this back. This right here is from one of my favorite video game series of all time, MVP Baseball. It was back when EA made MLB games, and they had awesome stadium customization. You could just create a stadium from scratch, as you see here. This is from MVP Baseball 2006. But there was like an owner mode where, as your team got better and made more money, you could upgrade the stadium, which is exactly, I think, what we need for college football. So y'all get the point. It would be such a good and cool feature to be in the college football video game series. I don't understand why it's not already, but okay, we'll let it slide. The game was gone for 10 years. It's back. So now let's get that back in the game, especially since we have Team Builder. I think, it could easily get implemented into that. And all of those examples I just showed you, I think we're all 10 plus years old, some even 20. But we have a modern day stadium creator in MLB The Show that I think is perfect. It's a little complicated. It's kind of hard to do, especially on a controller. So that's why I especially think using Team Builder online would be even better. But I guess I don't know exactly what all goes into that. But regardless, MLB The Show has an amazing stadium creator where you can literally basically do anything. I mean, people have created football stadiums in MLB The Show. So I am happy to hear that hopefully soon, I would say in the next few years, I would say 2 to 3 years maybe, we could see something like this with the quote unquote paradigm shift in sports video games. It would be great for your fictitious schools. It would be great for using a real life school and then upgrading their stadium or changing their stadium. I don't know, maybe in your brain you kind of relocate the school or something. I don't know, but you get the point. It's just fun customization, and I think it's so I think it would be better than all those other video games. I think it would be even better in college football because there's so many schools. There's, you could put it wherever you want in the country. Maybe in your mind, it's, moving up from FCS to FBS or D2 to D1. You could literally have so much fun with it. And I already love Team Builder, and then just adding Stadium Creator would make it even better. So I thought it was cool that that feature, specifically was mentioned in the article. We could see that actually soon in college football, hopefully in the next few years. That would be a really big upgrade, I think, to the video game. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely subscribe and then follow me on all socials at TubbyCFB.